I've lived in Brooklyn since 2013, and I'm from Massachusetts originally, a town called Northborough. I'm trying to display this footage that I shot in Hamburg, Germany, of some cars that I 3D printed, shot at an extremely high frame rate and crashing into each other with some special effects. So when I was putting this piece together, I was definitely interested in the magic trick of like hiding a screen and maybe it not being apparent like what kind of screen it is or what you're seeing. And there's an iPad in here, and the iPad is put into this mount that goes on the wall, and then there's all these trim pieces that attach to the mount with magnets. And I think something that really interests me is like modular things that are mix and match and can be like reconfigured. I think there's something exciting about that, and maybe that's like, I don't know, what it feels like to me to like get dressed in the morning or to change my personality as I grow up. Like we change, so I thought it'd be cool to have this like underlying structure, and then I can reconfigure the trim and do it in different colors. And I think the reason that I chose to do this sort of trim and this molding was because my dad was really into woodworking and molding, and I remember growing up, he would always point it out to me. Like I remember waiting for a piano lesson to start while my sister was taking hers, and we were in the waiting room, and my dad was like, look at this molding in the corner, like look how they built it so that it kind of hides the wall and makes it seem like it's part of the wall, but it's not, and they did that to save money, but it makes it look fancy. And I felt like there was something celebratory about the way that like molding frames a room and the fact that my dad was into it. So I think this piece is sort of like a combination of like a window and a fireplace, and it's kind of like maybe an unholy combination of molding elements that I thought would be fun to try and put together. I feel like I look back on my suburban time very warmly because it was comfortable. There were a lot of people to play music with. We had a nice music program in our middle school. So I was looking for ways to portray that suburban upbringing in a warm, contemplative way, while also trying to make sense of why I felt so weird there. Mm-hmm. The bulk of my memory is living in a house that my parents built that was in between two subdivisions. And the subdivision in front of us had like a long network of cul-de-sacs and connected streets with two-story, split-level, two-car garage ranch houses. And behind us was another subdivision with larger colonial-style houses, like 2- and 3-car garage colonials, with slightly bigger streets, bigger cul-de-sacs. And I feel like growing up in that town, there was a sense of maybe a puritanical, repressive hangover, a sense of boredom. And I think that I learned a language of exteriors in that town, and maybe that's just because I wasn't learning language from my interior and how I felt, and that didn't feel like how I was speaking with my peers and adults and my family. Yeah, the title of this piece is Newtown Creek Cars, and what we're looking at here are two cars that I designed in Blender, 3D printed in resin, and then I submerged them in Newtown Creek next to a very large combined sewer overflow outlet for I think 3 months, and I painted them in a white absorbent paint before doing that. I was interested in letting the creek, which is like, I think the site of an oil spill 3 times the size of Exxon Valdez, a horribly polluted, naturally occurring brackish water source in New York City. The industrial history of that site really interests me, and I was interested in letting the creek paint these cars. And then I preserved them in this clear epoxy resin, and I wanted to make it seem like they were in motion and reference Keith Moon's infamous plunge of a Rolls Royce into a swimming pool.